Good evening, teacher Neil. I'm Franco Nieto, and I will be talking about a creation of an improvement plan for warehouse management for automobile spare parts. So this is the first part, the project charter. Here's the first part of the project charter. So the project, as I said, is to make an improvement plan of warehouse management for automobile parts. So I would like to talk about a little bit of this project, which consists in improvement the administration, control, organization of spare parts in automobile warehouse, using the real data for the company Holding Group, which is in charge of managing the public transportation, specifically specifically the El Correo Rojo, which is a well-known public transport here in the most used street, which is the Javier Prado. So I thought that was a great idea to investigate about it. So in this project will be carried out by conducting studies. For example, we would use Lingo software, which I learned in a previous course, which is to maximize utility or reduce cost. In this time, we will determine the maximum utility that the company can obtain, saying that the company is Holding Group. Then we will use the EOQ method, which is an economical method, just to see the optimal order batch. Then we will analyze the different costs of rotation, type of space, obsolescence to have a warehouse improvement. So this part is really important because here in Peru we are used to keep the things, keep the old car, keep the old stuff. We never renovate stuff, so this makes a lot of costs in the industry. Okay, then we will apply an aggregate planning to reduce cost, maximize customer service, and so on. So, in this part, an aggregated planning is just to reduce costs. As I said, we will look to have less cost and more utility. So, an aggregate planning, we will see a lot of stuff about the data that Mariela Getler gave us. Finally, you teach us to do an ABC analysis of the inventory just to see the stock, how flexible is it, how the company gets away with that stock and that kind of stuff. Then the alignment of the project strategy. This is really crucial because it has to have an order. If we first go for the objectives, it's going to be rough because we don't know the purpose of the project. And the purpose is the key of the project because we are watching here the problematic. How it's going to be beneficial for people in that is using this kind of transportation. So first of all, we'll do a development of the improvement plan. Will help the company reduce losses by inactive buses. There is a lot of inactive buses here because people think that people in charge of this group thinks that maybe make some maintenance to the bus is going to increase cost, and it does, but in a long term, your boss, if it's inactive, you will not earn profit at all. So it's kind of a good point of view. Also to reduce unnecessary personnel. So maybe they have mechanics, maybe they have a lot of personnel that is just I don't know, a cost that is not making productivity. Also, we will increase the stock security levels so there are not problems in the inventory. This is really cool because you always need to stock. You always need to have an order in your inventory in order to know how to manage things. How to, for example, there we need 10 buses. So in the other stop, we need 5 buses, or so on. To the second point of view is the objectives of the project, which is mainly in terms of cost, time, scope, and quality. As I said, is really crucial to do improvement here in the inventory, because the this online group company doesn't even know how many buses they have active, inactive, ready to go. They don't know nothing about it. And I think that this investigation make us all know that they are working in the wrong way. So that's why an objective is to make an improvement of the inventory management to obtain the maximum profit for the company and also avoid the losses. Because right now we are losing a lot, but we are trying not to lose that much, so we can reduce this stuff. Uh, Reduce idle buses due to lack of stock. Of course, we have buses that are inactive, as I said, so that produce a lack of stock. And also estimate the budget of the project. Budget is really cool because you need to see how much money you need to invest in this kind of project in order to make it profitable. For example, if I'm investing 4 millions in this project, it's not going to be profitable because I'm spending more than I will earn. So that's kind of a problematic. Also, the project success criteria is to be approved by you, teacher Neil. Also, not exceed the project budget. As I said, the project is really on the limit. It has a lot of restrictions, so it has to work good. I have a work breakdown structure, WBS, which you teach us in the early classes of this course. Here's how it looks. First of all, we have the complete analysis to improve warehouse management. Then it goes to the project management, to acquisitions, analysis, and estimation cost. For the project management, we always have an order. So first is start to see the problematic. Second is the planification, how to solve the problematic. Execution, when we are trying to solve the problematic, doing stuff that is not just talking but also doing real stuff. Also the control, maybe in the execution you are doing things in the way that is not correct, so you take control here and direct to the things that are going to be good for the company. And finally, the closing. The closing is when you see if the project really helped us or not. As musicians, we demand forecast, so we need statistics in order to don't have a large error proximity. Also, we will need data, which is going to be given by our sponsor. The information base, of course, the prior leads time. Here's time. Resupply info. Also, as I said, we have to do analysis, ABC analysis, as I said, for the inventory. Software lingo to maximize utility, EOQ analysis too. And finally, estimation cost. In order to add a planning, we need to know the spare part cost estimation, just estimation, because it's not to be ideal. So we know that there are a lot of factors that are not in our hands. So an estimation is going to be okay. Also, an operation cost estimation, operator quantity estimation. As I said, all estimations because we don't have the real tech. Estimation of the third party being organizations that also are in charge on something in this big all-in organization. Here, as you can see, here's the budget, the curve S, sorry. This is the cost requirements, token in hundreds. Token in hundreds, day per day, we will have the cost of electricity. The day one, not, because we are just preparing all the stuff, so it's not going to be a cost in day one. But later on, it's going to be 100 per day, so it's going to be kind of a cost, really high, but it's profitable. The internet also, the mobility, the information of the project budget, just to have the first day all information that I can in order to make this project a success. The project of the budget itself, first we are going to make a lot of arrangements, so it's going to be the capital, the first huge cost, but then it's going to be less. So the curve is going to be like this. The days is going to be day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on. So the cost in the first day is going to be huge in order to get a lot of information, a lot of equipment necessary. Okay, we're going to talk about the quality management made by me. The project name is PM Agara. So this is the quality management is mostly because it's an organization structure. I'm the student of the night cycle of the project, which our focus is the fulfillment of quality requirements of improvement, as well as the compliance with the expectation of the providement of stakeholders. The stakeholders are the people that is really here in the company. So responsibilities: meet the expectations of the interests of the company. Of course, we just don't wanna risk a lot if the company is not going to be able to help us in with many stuff. Use information for research purposes. That's kind of true. We will use all the data that we can in order to get a purpose. And the scope management, in order not to present additional manufacturing costs. We don't have a lot of costs, so we need to scope management. We need to get in the point that is going to be profitable for us, reducing cost and going just in exact